Lady Gaga filmed a secret jazz concert over a year ago.
Started out last year, you and I talking about Harlequin, my jazz record, and to be there for both albums is really cool because they are so vastly different. They do kind of inherently thrive in chaos and
Yes.
misunderstood ladies.
Yes.
But yeah, there's and we did a lot of really cool stuff with Harlequin that really kind of got me in the zone for the show that we put on with Mayhem. It really
Kept it completely hidden from the world, and on December 24th at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, she's dropping it for free on YouTube. The film is called Lady Gaga and Harlequin Live One Night Only. It premieres on her official YouTube channel tonight, and what she captured that night is unlike anything she's released before. First things first, this isn't a documentary, and it's not behind-the-scenes footage. Harlequin Live One Night Only is a cinematic performance film of one concert that happened on September 30th, 2024, at the Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles, where Gaga performed her complete Harlequin album, the jazz-inspired record that served as a companion to Joker, Folie à Deux.
So much a part of our lives.
I think I had a little bit of a different challenge because some of these songs I've sung like hundreds of times, and they were something I was like deeply acquainted with and in my own stage performances. So I actually spent a lot of time with Joaquin trying to find a voice just for Lee for my character, and really to kind of divorce all of my stage tricks or things that feel natural to me emotionally as a singer, because Lee's not a singer, and I think I wanted to find that same sort of authenticity that he was just talking about with Arthur. How could a moment between them be
From start to finish, for an intimate crowd of around 500 fans. The show didn't even begin until after midnight, which set that late-night cabaret atmosphere you'd expect from a speakeasy performance. And that's when things got interesting. Every phone and smartwatch got confiscated at the door before anyone entered the venue. No recordings allowed.
Attendees at performance events would be handed yonder cases, which would lock once a phone is placed inside. The attendees would be in possession of the cases at all times, but cannot open them inside the concert venue. To access their phones, they must step outside the concert venue and unlock the yonder cases at an unlocked station.
No leaks possible, nothing. For over a year, only those 500 people in attendance knew what actually went down that night. Shot partially on 35mm film stock, the footage has that lush, cinematic texture you'd see in an actual movie theater, rather than a live stream. Gaga executive produced the project alongside her fiancé, Michael Polanski, and they brought in Marcel Rev as director of photography, the same cinematographer who shot Euphoria, which tells you exactly how seriously they approached this as a visual piece. The Harlequin album marks Gaga's return to jazz after her work with Tony Bennett ended.
Be Tony Bennett's friend.
I love Tony so much. He is my musical companion. I'm so close with his family, which of course includes his amazing wife, Susan Benedetto.
And when the album dropped, it hit #1 on Billboard's jazz and traditional jazz charts immediately. The Recording Academy nominated it for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album at the upcoming 68th Grammy Awards, which makes this her third nomination in that category after winning twice before with Bennett. What you'll hear is a mix of reimagined classics and original material. Gaga put her stamp on Frank Sinatra's That's Life, delivered her version of Judy Garland's Get Happy, and worked her way through standards like I've Got the World on a String. But she also wrote 2 brand new songs specifically for this project, Folie à Deux and Happy Mistake. When Rolling Stone asked her about the creative direction behind Harlequin when it first released, Gaga explained, "It is my record, but it's inspired by my character and my vision of what a woman can be." On stage, Gaga performs with a 6-piece jazz band, featuring longtime collaborators like musical director Brian Newman, Tim Stewart, and Alex Smith. Reviews from the lucky fans who attended that September 2024 show mentioned that Gaga's vocals were in exceptional form that night, belting through upbeat numbers, crooning through tender moments, and bringing real emotional weight to every lyric she sang. The staging choices define how this performance looks and feels. Production designers styled the entire set as a rundown apartment. creating this gritty, vintage atmosphere that aligns perfectly with the Joker and Harlequin aesthetic Gaga was channeling. Picture worn-out furniture scattered across the stage, dramatic lighting that shifts from smoky blues club ambiance during slower numbers to splashy showbiz spotlights for the big swing songs, and that Harlequin theme woven throughout every visual element: checkerboard patterns, theatrical masks, classic gesture imagery, all mixed with Gaga's avant-garde fashion sense. Rolling Stone captured the emotional core of the album by describing how Gaga taps into the concept of hiding her pain behind makeup and costumes so the show can go years of a clown when there's no one around. That duality, presenting joy and entertainment on the surface while exploring darkness and complexity underneath, drives both the Harlequin character and this entire performance. Gaga made the announcement official on Instagram on December 22nd with a straightforward post: "Happy holidays to you and yours. Lady Gaga in Harlequin Live, one night only, coming Xmas Eve at 4 p.m. Pacific time on my YouTube channel." The announcement hit social media just 2 days before the actual premiere, which generated immediate excitement among fans who'd been hearing rumors about this film show for months. But the question everyone wanted answered was simple: why drop a jazz concert film on Christmas Eve of all days? Gaga addressed this directly at the Grammy Museum event on December 18th, where she screened the film for a small audience and participated in a question and answer session afterward. When someone asked about her reasoning behind the Christmas Eve timing, she laughed and responded, "Why not?" Then she elaborated, explaining they felt genuinely happy to share this project with fans and calling it a rebellious project. She followed that up by adding, "By Harlequin standards, Christmas is the perfect time to release something rebellious." After filming Wrapped in September 2024, Gaga and her team made a collective decision to hold the footage and let what she called the lore of the Belasco performance grow organically among fans. They waited over a year, allowing anticipation to build through whispers and speculation until it felt like the right moment. Gaga has explicitly described the YouTube premiere as her Christmas present to little monsters, framing the entire release as an act of generosity rather than a typical product launch. During the Grammy Museum discussion, Gaga revealed something that matters for anyone following her career trajectory. She told the audience, "This project for me is a really special way to give my fans some insight into who I want to become as a jazz musician. This will not be my last jazz record." That statement drew immediate cheers from the crowd because it confirms this isn't a one-time artistic experiment. It represents a genuine musical path she's committed to exploring long-term. Her decision to release this performance film on YouTube for free instead of negotiating a deal with Netflix, Amazon Prime, or theatrical distributors carries real meaning. Gaga is prioritizing accessibility over profit, which reinforces her framing of this as a gift rather than a monetizable product. Most artists at her level would never consider giving away a professionally shot concert film with this much production value, but that's precisely what makes it stand out. The fact that no tour accompanied this album makes the concert film even more valuable to fans. Most major releases come with a world tour where hundreds of thousands of people can experience the songs live, but Harlequin only existed in one physical performance, that single night at the Belasco Theater, before tonight's YouTube premiere. This film is essentially the tour experience compressed into one evening, giving millions of people access to something that was originally intended for just 500. Tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, Lady Gaga is giving fans worldwide their first chance to see what happened during that September 2024 secret concert at the Belasco Theater. What they'll witness is a complete jazz performance shot on film with no phones allowed during recording, held back for over a year to build anticipation, and released for free because Gaga wanted to give rather than sell it. When someone asked why Christmas Eve, she answered with 2 words that sum up her entire approach to this project: why not? If you're a Gaga fan, a jazz enthusiast, or just curious what a Grammy-nominated album sounds like when performed live in an intimate theater with vintage aesthetics and Harlequin-inspired visuals, the premiere is tonight on YouTube. Set your reminder, mark your calendar, and get ready to finally see what 500 people witnessed over a year ago, but couldn't record or share with anyone else until now. And if you want more breakdowns of surprise music releases and artist premiere events, subscribe so you're ready when the next one drops.